There we are. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Umineko, Nokoro, Kini. That's how you pronounce it.
That's exactly right.
Yes. We are back again in Kinzo's room with all of his absinthe in the
With
upper
all he has,
left-hand corner.
that's quite a bit of absinthe.
That's a lot of absinthe, but 100% he has all those books behind him are actually flask books. There's nothing besides alcohol in them.
Okay, let's get started. Oh, and a reminder: the art contest is done in 2 days from now.
Whoa.
So
Art contest.
yeah, we have an art contest. So
Yeah.
you'd better, if you don't know about it yet, then you better hurry up and draw something. We're doing an art contest where you got to draw our logo, our new logo, for us, and you can win $100, and you'll get your logo on our episodes 30 to 40 of our podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get right into the booze.
Well then, how will this game be resolved? You may submit or you may resist.
Is he
way,
talking to
it
you?
will- Huh?
Is he talking to you?
Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? Either way, it will truly be an entertaining banquet worth betting my short remaining life on.
In his dimly lit study, occasionally brightened by lightning, Kinzo kept mumbling and laughing to himself.
Beatrice's tits.
On the antique clock with the intricate design that had been sitting on his desk, the two overlapping hands tilted to the right and began to slide. The measure of time that counted up to 24 had returned to 0 and had begun to count back again.
Measuring time is a brutal thing. It drags itself all the way to 24 over the course of a day, and then returns back to 0. That's if you use the correct clock. It certainly did count to 23:59. However, is it ever able to reach 24?
Depending
If you
on the
conclude-
clock.
What the fuck? If you conclude that it returns to 0 again without reaching 24, how futile it must all be. But perhaps a person's life is the same. You live aiming for a perfect 24, and in the instant you reach it, you return to 0. People will probably praise the departed, saying that he didn't reach 24, but saying that he did reach 24, but he most certainly did not. In the end, he's a 0.
Ooh.
I am different. I will live and reach 24. That itself is the golden land. For that is where Beatrice dwells, and where I will put my seed into her. Finally.
Kinzo had been fumbling around with some tarot cards for some time. It looked as though he was trying to divine his own luck with a contest, doing it over every time he didn't like the result. The most forbidden act in tarot reading is trying to predict the same thing twice. To do so ridicules the results of fortune-telling, and also desecrates those beings higher than humans that give revelations through the tarot cards. However,
AKA calling bullshit on that's just so that you don't call bullshit on, some fortune teller.
However, Kinzo knew tarot cards should be used twice because, since they're nothing more than a random number generator, reading them twice will naturally cause a different result to appear.
Yeah.
Therefore, reading them twice was only forbidden to preserve the mystique of the tarot card's results.
Exactly.
However, that didn't mean that Kinzo didn't take tarot reading seriously. Kinzo's interpretation of tarot reading was done in a completely different way. That was to repeat the reading over and over without giving up in the slightest until he reached the result most favorable to him. The mark
That's literally retarded.
the mark he set for this most favorable result would vary, but when he demanded the most favorable result in a strictly literal sense, it was the same as a simple roulette of luck, where he seeked an arithmetic miracle. However, Kinzo used miracles of numbers as the basis of his magical power, so this functioned perfectly well as a magical ritual. In other words, until the result he desired appeared perfectly, he would strive to repeat the tarot readings over and over with conviction, turning the feelings of his heart into prayers, so that when they reached the heavens, they would be sublimated into results. This was Kinzo's personal magical interpretation. Therefore, even though Kinzo's tarot cards were no different from those generally used, the way in which they were used was completely different.
Tonight will not go as I thought.
Kinzo stopped his hands for a second. He seemed not to be getting the results he wanted. On the contrary, bad cards that shouldn't show up so often appeared repeatedly, and continued to interfere with the miracle Kinzo wished for.
Is that how it is?
Kinzo seemed to have received some revelation that was different from normal. But, judging by the unlucky cards scattered across his desk, it was difficult to imagine that the omen had been a good one. For a while, Kinzo closed his eyes tightly, pondering something. Then, as the thunder roared, he made up his mind about something, took the telephone receiver, and dialed.
It is I. Is Genji there? An urgent matter has come up.
Oh, Genji has...
Get up, down with the sickness.
Gotta get down with the Genji.
Down with the Genji, serving tea happily.
Oh, that's not Genji. Huh?
No.
In front of the entrance hall, Shannon's once burning face had been cooled off by the frigid air. She had thought that George's proposal would surely come sooner or later. It wasn't as though she hadn't prepared herself mentally, and she had answered by nodding. Had she been reckless because of her youth? Should she have thought about her future more seriously? I wonder if my immediate reply made him think I'm a cheap girl. If I'd at least waited until tomorrow morning, would that at least have shown him that I was taking this seriously? Now that she'd already received the wing from George, Shannon kept fidgeting in embarrassment. I should have done this, I should have done that. As she did, she heard the sound of footsteps splashing through puddles. Shannon immediately chased away the emotions welling up inside her. Genji, and Cannon too. I'm sorry, I have to go back soon, She grew stiff, thinking she'd surely be scolded for spending too much time in her secret lover's meeting with George. Shannon, the master told us to come to the study, saying it was urgent. Let us hurry. Huh? Yes, certainly. What in the world? He said he had a premonition of misfortune. How convenient for him, considering he's the one who started this ceremony. We will enter from the back so that Goda doesn't notice us. Hide your footsteps. Yes. Nasan, take care. You're so noisy. Cannon was especially good at hiding his footsteps, just like a cat. He was able to suddenly be there without anyone noticing and weave in the same way. For example, even though he stepped in puddles, the sound he made was far smaller than that of the rain hitting them. Genji also had abilities of that kind, or rather, those servants called furniture were supposed to be like that. Just like how desks and closets go unnoticed by members of the family, these servants also held it as a great virtue to just suddenly be there whenever they were needed. Compared to that, Shannon's footsteps still strongly asserted themselves. She was also trying to hide her footsteps, but compared to Cannon and Genji, well, you could say she was a little more boisterous.
Or maybe a little more busty.
Eventually, they reached the back door, and the three of them entered the mansion.
Damn, dude.
And Godo was there. And
Godo was there. No! Caught in the act.
Immediately, they thought they felt something. It was different from a sense of smell, and it seemed to hit them on the nose. This hard-to-describe sensation, which you might call a sixth sense, allowed them to perceive that something was different from usual. Genji. Indeed. Let us hurry. That sensation made it feel as though a tense something was pressing in around them. Realizing that, the three of them dashed up the stairs, heading for Kinzo's study while still hiding their footsteps. When they dashed up the stairs, that smell of sweet poison particular to Kinzo's study reached their noses. What is it, Genji? The barrier. Oh, the barrier is dead.
What?
Huh? After hearing Cannon's words, she looked at the door to the study. A scorpion pattern was engraved on the doorknob, a powerful ward against magic, the final barrier which protected Kinzo himself. It had been broken. Of course, there was no change to the doorknob that the eye could see. However, those who could understand things people couldn't perceive were able to recognize that a dramatic change had occurred.
What?
Master.
I'm calling bullshit.
Master. It is Genji. Please open the door. Genji called in this way after knocking several times, but there was no answer from the study. Shannon, got our backs. Cannon, search inside the room. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Damn, dude. Fucking Kinzo's dead already? Holy shit.
Cannon put his ear against the door, searching for a presence inside the study. To protect the backs of the pair watching the door, Shannon faced the other way, ready for the unexpected. The master must be in here, but it's too quiet. Do you mean to say he's safe? No. It's too quiet. Could it possibly be? Master, excuse us about the door. Genji pulled a gold key out of his pocket. It was the only key to the study that existed other than the one Kinzo held. He stuck it in the keyhole and turned it heavily. At first glance, that seemed to prove that it was a sturdy lock. However, now that the barrier had been destroyed, this door might as well have been left open from the viewpoint of anyone with magical power. The heavy sound just now meant that the door had now been opened, even for humans. Excuse me.
I can't hear you. No. I don't know where we are.
What do you mean?
What's the last line you read?
I just said excuse me. Genji said excuse me.
Oh.
As Genji respectfully bowed his head, and Cannon's sense of tension grew tighter, and Shannon trembled, they entered the study.
Oh, okay.
They immediately discovered Kinzo's figure. He was sitting on the reception sofa so that his back faced them. Genji noticed the person sitting across from him and again bowed deeply. Cannon also noticed that person. But he didn't bow his head. He stood in front of Shannon and spread out his arms, blocking the way to her. So without even seeing that person's face, Shannon already had a good idea who it was.
Beatrice.
So, you have come. Beatrice. Joe!
No.
Oh, there she is. Genji, is it? You came very quickly. Too quickly. Yes, it is always best when furniture answers to their master's call quickly. Unlike this person.
What, they know Ronove?
So, Ronove has come as well.
What the fuck?
Genji directed his greeting towards the thin darkness behind and to the right of Beatrice, where there shouldn't have been anything. Even Canon and Shannon would... Darn it. Even Canon and Shannon would never have imagined that someone was there. However, the darkness responded immediately and praised Genji's eyesight. As usual, you don't disappoint. It has been quite some time. Still, you've grown old, haven't you? Have so many years truly passed you by? My days have been full and satisfying. It appears you have been living quite a full life yourself, Ronove. Yes, thank you. And Shannon, it has been a long time since I last saw you as well. You have grown quite beautiful. And it seems that you have grown quite strong. That is fortunate. Thank you very much. Nay-san, who in the world? This will be our first meeting, Canon. I, Ronove, have been entrusted with the position of Beatrice-sama's head furniture. I am an old friend of Genji's. And I am also furniture, just like you. Although the master I serve is different. The tense color didn't disappear from Canon's face in the slightest. Depending on the master furniture served, they might be kind or brutal or anything else. If this person claimed to be furniture serving the hated Beatrice, then he must be despicable as well. Ha 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 ha! It seems I'm thoroughly despised. It's as though you hate everything that has anything to do with me. Beatrice openly sneered at Canon's hate-filled face. Then Canon finally realized. Beatrice and Kinzo were having a chess game across the reception table. But Kinzo hadn't even quivered. He was holding his head with both hands, his eyes closed tight, as he contemplated his next move. Or was he in anguish? Master. I have told Kinzo two things. There was good news and bad news. The good news is that he'll have the good fortune of being reunited with me before the ceremony ends. The bad news is that Kinzo has been selected as the very first sacrifice in the ceremony.
Oh.
There's absolutely nothing I can do about it, because it truly was decided by the fickle roulette. Liar, we know you're just a murderer who kills for fun. Stop it, Canon. So, Kinzo, isn't it about time you decided to accept your loss? With this, our long contest is at an end, yes? At a glance, it was hard to make out the situation on that chaotic chessboard. However, judging by Kinzo's anguish and Beatrice's malicious confidence, it seemed to be over already.
It is unavoidable. Perhaps even this could be amusing.
It is to me, too. Resolving my contest with you may bring a flood of emotions, but it has already surpassed love and hate. It was fun. These past few decades certainly weren't boring. Beatrice advanced her queen and made her final move, and that decided it. Checkmate. This is my final tribute to you, without any reservations. Sleep. Kinzo suddenly stood up and laughed, like an opera singer facing a full crowd and spreading his arms, as though he had succeeded in a century-long plan.
Oh.
That laugh spat crimson. Crimson flames poured out from inside him, spitting even out of his mouth, ears, and nose, and all at once his body was wrapped in hellfire. But Kinzo kept laughing. The more he laughed, the more the hellfire spawned from his entire body and began to char him. Those flames became a brilliant light, which dazzlingly shone on the various magic tools throughout the room, making their distorted shadows dance across the walls. Those shadows looked like the dead in hell, watching over Kinzo in ecstasy as he burned. And, for one who had made a contract with the witch, it was an extremely fitting end, in accordance with those terms. After laughing and howling in the roaring flames for some time, Kinzo flopped on the ground. It was an extreme... It's not letting me read it.
Flopped on the ground as though he was a puppet whose strings had been cut.
Those incredible blazing flames disappeared, as though he'd been completely burned up. And afterwards, nothing remained but a festering and burnt corpse that one could hardly bear to look at.
So he was burned to death.
Always. He was burned to death in the first one, too.
Yeah.
Horrible.
And yeah.
Oh, fuck. Horrible. Humph. You should talk. As if you didn't think that was a fitting way for him to die. Why have you shown yourself? Do you have some business with us? Stop it, Canon. You mustn't provoke Beatrice. It would seem you'll have them absolutely terrified. Cool. I imagine I'll never get along with Canon. Hey, it's not as though I dislike you particularly. Beatrice grinned. Canon violently averted his gaze, obviously unhappy. His reaction was so different from what he wanted to do that it made the witch and her butler laugh. Canon, you stand in the presence of Beatrice. Carefully consider your manner of speech. Oh, I care not, Genji. Let him say what he pleases. I am gracious. How are you gracious? I am always gracious to those who are about to die. Canon was taken aback by that creepy laughter. Beatrice wasn't here just to take Kinzo's wife. Kinzo's wife. God damn. The first twilight required 6 sacrifices. Kinzo alone wasn't nearly enough. And they just casually walked in here.
I wonder if they burned to death too.
Fear not, Canon. It isn't as though you'll be selected as sacrifices just because you came here. After all, you were called here because you'd been selected already.
Whoa!
That was not Beatrice's voice.
Nope.
Already.
But it worked.
Oh well. I'm getting all the voices mixed up.
Yeah. It happens.
What? Their instincts were good enough to spot her meaning instantly. Better than Battler.
Yeah.
6 sacrifices were required for the first twilight. After Kinzo, how many more would you need to add up to 6? In this mansion, the number 5 instantly made them think of the number of servants here. Ooh.
Oh. Damn, dude.
Is that what you desire? Indeed. Thank me, furniture. Tonight, your days of suffering will finally end. You ought to thank me for coming here to tell you this. Certainly, if that is your desire. Genji! Genji had agreed to the witch's heartless announcement with his usual demeanor, without raising an eyebrow. Now that the master is dead, Beatrice is our master. Responding to her demands shall be our final duty. Shannon! Kanon, you have done well serving until today. That hard work is now over. As I expected of you, Genji. As your fellow furniture, I'm proud to have known you. Shannon, do you have any objections? No. I heard that George gave you a ring. Do you still say that you have no regrets? Yes. That blessing was more than furniture deserves. Just receiving the ring has already satisfied my feelings. Shannon couldn't take quite as much of a philosophical view as Genji. There probably were regrets left in her heart. She probably wanted to spend a little more warm time with the person she cared for, George. But she released herself from that. She took a single deep breath, and a blank expression rose to her face. Very well. It does surprise me a tad to find that you've gained such composure, Shannon. It seems you too have taken a philosophical view as furniture. Won't you at least shed some bitter tears for not being able to spend a night with the man you love? What a boring woman. This feeling cannot be understood by the likes of you, Beatrice. If you desire our lives, please accept them. We will solemnly carry out that duty. Very well. Excellently put. Poo-coo-coo-coo. Just the type of person Beatrice can't handle. She's been taking such a far-sighted view of things lately. I must have tormented her too much last time. Speaking of which, didn't I do the same to Battler? Am I still soft? Or is the way I corner them lacking? In any case, she's just no fun. However, it seems you will still entertain me, right? Cannon? Cannon. Poor Cannon.
Poor Cannon, dude.
Compared to the two who had taken a far-sighted approach, there was a painful anguish on Cannon's face. Cannon was still far too young to accept his demise after being told of it by a suddenly appearing witch. Cannon, I hate boredom more than anything, and the fact that the other two have obediently accepted their deaths isn't amusing at all, so I hope you don't betray my expectations. Are you trying to make me your plaything? Cannon realized that he was being provoked. However, no matter how furiously anger spurred him on, his opponent was a witch. He was furniture. He hadn't had a chance of victory from the beginning, but the witch was expecting that he'd struggle in vain and writhe around, and was even looking forward to it. Just thinking about that was frustrating enough to get his blood boiling. Was disappointing the witch by refusing to resist, like the other two, the only way he could strike back at her? Eldest of the seven sisters of purgatory, Lucifer, arise. Lucifer of pride, right here. Cannon, it would be far too cruel to force furniture to fight a witch. No matter how much anger spurs you on, you have no hope in a battle without a chance of success. Of course, such a battle would be boring for me as well. So, let it be furniture against furniture, Why not resolve it with a battle between you two? That should be enough to allow you some hope for victory, right? Forgive me, Beatrice, but how could I be inferior to this good-for-nothing furniture? As if this cutie would have any chance against me. Prove that you can defeat my furniture. The 7 stakes of purgatory. If you manage to win through, let us see. I will let you select the 5 who will escape becoming one of the 13 sacrifices. I will welcome the 5 you recommend into the Golden Land without any conditions. How about that? Canon understood that he was being provoked. However, the witch's offer was very tempting. By this point, Canon couldn't care less about this evil ceremony the witch and the West were trying to carry out. On the contrary, it was much more important that he remain alive so that he could be invited to the Golden Land and have his wish granted by Beatrice there. You cried, saying you'd had enough of being furniture, right? I shall grant your desire. I shall give you that human body you wanted so much you cried yourself to sleep. What do you say? That way, you and Jessica could be together, yes? Oh, just perfect. You may recommend that Jessica and yourself be invited to the Golden Land. If you alone finding happiness isn't a satisfying solution for you, then you can add in Shannon and George, the one she loves. If you're worried about duty, then you can also add Genji. Oh, that's 5 people. Isn't that enough, Canon? With this much of a reward? You won't let me get bored, will you? She's just playing with you. There is no need to listen to her. I don't like it. Are you okay with this, Nay-san? Beatrice couldn't hide her evil smile at those words. I don't like it. I want to be happy. I've had enough of being furniture. I want to become human and have normal love. I want to know that the ocean is blue, like you. How young. I'm jealous. That's why I like the young ones. Genji, Shannon, stay back. Canon, Lucifer, forward. As you command. I don't like it. That way you look down on me, as if Beatrice would be impossible, but with me at least you'd have a chance. I really don't like it. That was probably humiliating for Lucifer, but at the same time she was also happy that she was lucky enough to have this adorable prey all to herself. Come, furniture of the witch, don't think that you can look down on me forever.
Epic, dude.
Epic
Dun, dun,
fight.
dun, dun, dun.
Oh, Cannon's got his red sword.
Oh, fade black. Oh, never mind. Damn, dude. Dude. This is okay, so this is all bullshit. I want to know what's actually going on here.
What do you mean this is all bullshit?
Bullshit. Lucifer, the stake, didn't just come up and was like, I'm gonna fight you now. It's actually a fight between the killer and Cannon. Or Cannon's just getting stabbed or some shit. I don't fucking know.
Why is Cannon always fighting the killer?
I don't know.
Because he's the only one with a hand that turns into a giant red lightsaber.
Maybe it's kind of like maybe it's like just his attitude and shit. Maybe it's just like his natural propensity to get in fights. He is like 16. That makes sense.
Mm. He likes fighting women.
And women.
Women.
And women.
So, Battler, isn't this a fun show?
Damn it! Another weird thing's happening. My pants got all tight. Like I'd ever believe in a magic battle. What the fuck? Oh hey, I just said that shit. What the fuck? Dude, this is fucking weird because every time I say something, it's either like a lot of the time it's proven right, sometimes it's proven wrong, but a lot of the time it's right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Cannon's a pretty good fighter. Last time he didn't last this long against her.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that? Oh, I heard some weird noises.
Weird noises?
Look, don't turn your eyes away. Look at it. Look. It's magic. It's furniture. No matter how much you try to deny me and magic. Look.
Yeah, but you didn't say it in red.
If you've got all this happening right in front of you, it'd be a waste to miss it, don't you think? Look. Just stop thinking. Magic exists. This is fantasy. Don't close your eyes. Look closely. Look.
Damn it. I won't accept witches. I won't accept magic. But if it's being done right in the open like that, what am I supposed to say? Damn it.
Come now, don't turn away. Look closely, okay? Magic exists. This is fantasy, so stop playing detective. I know your secret. You actually don't really like to think things through, right? Then just stop. Yeah. Stop! Look, it's gotta be fantasy.
Shut up. Don't talk to me. Whoa. That was a new one I haven't seen. Too fast.
Oh shit, look, there's cannon flying across the fucking screen.
Yeah, it's just fucking whoop.
This guy's getting stubborn. Won't you apologize and crawl on the ground right now for being so conceited that you thought you could beat me? If you did, I wouldn't mind forgiving you, okay? Then you wouldn't have to have your skin ripped off while you're still alive. Or get lashed all over your body as you squirm until you die. You're a cutie, so apologize. If you do, I'll finish you off so gently while it still feels great.
Oh.
Be silent, furniture of the witch. I have no intention of speaking with you. So you're saying you think nothing of me? That disrespectful gaze of yours is really ticking me off.
Whoa.
Let's fight.
More fight.
Oh, I think someone got hit or something.
Oh. Cannon should have been called Battler.
Cannon.
Whoops.
I think Cannon might have been gotten.
Probably.
Isn't he stronger than he was against Satan? Yeah, that's what I was fucking thinking. This is why humans are so frightening. In fact, sometimes they even become witches and treat demons as butlers. Poo-coo-coo-coo. So, which should I cheer on? Why did Beatrice say poo-coo-coo-coo?
I don't know.
Maybe she was just imitating him.
Could be.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Are you saying this guy's on par with me? Don't look down on me. As long as you have that pride, you'll never defeat me. Oh yeah, her thing is pride.
Right.
Yeah, you speak of Lucifer, the eldest of the 7 sisters of purgatory, and say that I cannot win? How conceited.
Whoa, dude.
I see a lot of purple lights. I see a
Oh
lot
my
of
one
red
motion
lights.
they rue. Oh shit, I right clicked. Damn, that ended the sequence early. I didn't know it did that. Damn, dude.
Yeah, I'm
This
still
so-
I'm still seeing the fight.
Yeah, dude.
It's fucking red.
Sucks.
It's purple. It's red. It's
Oh,
purple. It's red.
It's
red.
red,
Red.
it's
Red.
purple,
Red.
it's
Red.
purple.
There's a bunch
There
of
are
reds in a
lines
row.
that are long and short and
Oh, there's red. And there's oh, what happened? What happened to what? Canton was desperately trying to stay alive, and he had a strong desire to become human. But Lucifer didn't feel anything stronger than a slight desire to play. So that led to an inevitable result. It was a result that could be reached by the power of humans. The power of the heart. That's as far as you go. You cannot win against me. The glowing red curve extended straight out from Cannon's arm, pointing at Lucifer's throat, just beneath the tip of her chin. What is this? How could I? There must be some mistake. As she ground her teeth in irritation, she tried to deny the truth right before her eyes. But no matter how much she believed in her own superiority, it didn't change the facts right in front of her.
Whoa. Pretty cool.
Oh, well done, Cannon. Wonderful, you haven't bored me. How pitiful my furniture is compared to that. But didn't Beatrice say that he had to beat all of the 7 stakes?
Did he?
I'm pretty sure she said that. She said you
I
have
can't
to beat.
remember.
You have to beat all of my 7 stakes. You have to go up against the 7 stakes of purgatory, is what she said.
Well, and if he can beat the strongest one, he can beat all the rest.
Maybe.
Unless they attack him multiple times from multiple angles.
Lucifer, you are boring, my lady. Was this opponent really too much for you to handle? I'm disappointed, eldest of the 7 stakes. It would have seemed like mere rebuke to an outsider. However, furniture serving the witch knew what kind of severe treatment was promised by that rebuke, and understood what had been left unsaid. Wah, you good-for-nothing furniture! She howled. Abandoning her last bit of pride, she made her body explode, exposing her true form. That form was the demon stake, which bounced off the walls surrounding the womb. How could you shame me so much? Kill, 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 you blockhead! Even though you can't even follow my movements anymore, I won't play around anymore. I'm seriously mad. I'll pierce your heart in one blow. I'll plow right through you, make a fountain of bright red blood reach the ceiling. Die! Fuck. What a weird voice.
Yeah. Really weird.
Cannon! Oh, okay. After flying about wildly for some time, with a speed approaching the limits of what a human eye could follow, Lucifer flew at Cannon's heart. She could tell that it was Cannon's blood by the sweet taste of it, but she quickly noticed one thing. She hadn't pierced his heart. Oh. This is why humans are frightening. Would you like some black tea?
What the fuck? Shut up about black tea.
I am fine for now. Well, it's because they're just watching. They're enjoying a show.
No.
They need tea. This is so amusing, I don't even need any. Cannon.
Ow, my fucking dick.
It was not his heart. You were arrogant again. I told you that you wouldn't be able to defeat me. The floor was stained with dripping blood. It really was Cannon's blood, but it wasn't flowing out of his chest. Cannon had sacrificed his own left hand to protect his heart.
His own left nut to protect his heart.
He's got pretty big testicles. Reach all the way up there. Lucifer was arrogant. Even though she'd been given enough time to realize that this was an opponent capable of cornering her, in her pride, she had believed him to be worthless. She had gotten careless. So, just as she had announced, she had aimed for his chest, trying to pierce his heart. Because she was arrogant, she hadn't even thought of aiming for somewhere other than the place she had announced. No, maybe she had thought about it a little. However, her pride would not allow her to aim for a different spot. After all, she was Lucifer of Pride. Cannon, withstanding the pain, grasped the demon stake sticking deep into his left hand strongly with his right hand, and pulled it out. When she heard the sound of breaking bones and even more blood dripping down, Shannon looked away reflexively. There was an air hole in the back of the pierced hand so big you could clearly see through to the other side.
Epic.
Cannon's face was filled with pain, but why now? He had won, without a doubt. The demon stake he was gripping with his right hand turned back into Lucifer again, so that Cannon was now gripping exactly where her neck was. Gah! Gah! It's my victory, Beatrice. Cannon didn't hold back at all with the hand gripping Lucifer's throat. She had challenged him again after their fight had already been decided. Cannon had no obligation to be considerate. But even so, Cannon released the witch's furniture. Was it his naive humanism, his pity for another furniture, or a final bit of respect to the witch? In any case, when she was released, Lucifer fell face down on the ground, retching and moaning over the pain in her throat. Spectacular, Cannon. Your great efforts have proven the correctness of some of Kinzo's research. Ronove was clapping his hands. To Cannon, who had won at great cost and had a wound on his left hand that wouldn't close, Ronove's applause only felt like mockery. All possibilities dwell within the human heart, was it? My, this is why humans are frightening. Well done, Cannon. You were victorious. Spectacular. Huh. Are you okay? Cannon. Shannon went up to him and wrapped a handkerchief around his left hand, which was still spraying blood. That was incredible, Cannon. Truly incredible. Even I was hoping at least a little for an upset. That you didn't let me down makes you truly splendid furniture. Ha 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 ha. I think better of you now. I honestly think better of you. You haven't forgotten our promise, right, Beatrice? Indeed. Of course I haven't forgotten. Witches and demons may be inhumane. However, we are much more noble than humans when it comes to keeping promises. I will not go back on my word. I guaranteed that if you won, I would give you the right to decide the 5 people who will escape becoming the 13 sacrifices. But Beatrice, it's not like I've lost... Oh, Higgy! Oh, fuck.
Jeez, what the fuck happened?
When Beatrice waved her pipe, heaven and earth turned over just for Lucifer. Oh no. So, as a horribly natural result, she fell onto the ceiling. The ceiling doesn't seem that high to people standing on the floor. However, people who fall on it upside down and head first usually don't agree. Milady, isn't that a little too much? Ha 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 ha! Perhaps you're right. I suppose I'll forgive her. Beatrice waved her pipe again. When she did, the magic that had been affecting Lucifer was released. So, as a horribly natural result, this time she fell properly back onto the floor.
That looks so fucking retarded, but it works. It's so good.
Man. What the fuck? It's going so slow for me, it's still spinning. It's going like super close into her face. What the fuck? God. There we go. Well, here we go. Beatrice, forgive me. What are you so afraid of? I have already forgiven you, haven't I? So, Canon, shall we continue? Continue what? You aren't saying you want me to finish her, are you? Ah, no. It isn't over yet, right? What isn't? Stop dodging the question. I did promise to you your reward, didn't I? If you could defeat the 7 stakes of purgatory, right? Come, arise, the 7 stakes of purgatory, the 6 younger sisters of the worthless elder sister.
Oh.
No.
Oh my god, they all look so basic.
Yeah, I know. The air split with shrill laughter, and as gold and splash scattered about, the remaining 6 sisters of purgatory showed themselves. All the 7 sisters of purgatory were here, after Kennen was able to defeat one, only by sacrificing his left arm. By now, Kennen regretted his thoughtlessness in accepting the witch's challenge. He had been foolish to assume that a game against a witch would be on an even footing. Lame. One, why are you crawling on the floor? You people. I told you, Onyx-sama's useless. Even though she acts like she's so great just because she's the oldest, that's only on the outside. Yeah, seriously. Lucifer, your disgraceful behavior will damage the reputation of us all. Know your shame, you novice.
Oof.
Good.
That's gotta hurt.
Well, she's pride.
Yeah.
Kennen, that was totally awesome. But don't get cocky, okay? Lucifer brags all the time, but she's no big deal compared to the rest of us sisters. That's why I'm always saying Lucifer shouldn't do anything. Just let her keep bragging all the time. After all, those of us with talent can handle all the tough jobs. Well, what are you gonna do, One-sama? Out of respect for your pride, we were planning to stay out of your way in the hopes that you'd challenge him again in that beat-up body of yours. But Kennen sure is strong, right? Right now, no matter how much you try, you couldn't win, right? Or something like that.
Yeah.
I accidentally skipped it. Yeah, you
No
people.
matter how much you struggle.
Ha 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 ha! My, you sisters are always so lively. Is this any time to fight amongst yourselves? It's only together that you're the 7 stakes of purgatory, correct? Now, play nice and execute the tasks I give you. And swiftly, okay? Hey, Lucifer, if you want to borrow the power of your little sisters, then say it, okay? We want to hear you ask us for help with your own mouth. Do you plan to mock me even more? Fuck.
Yeah.
Same
voice.
I, the foolish, weak, ugly, and shameful Lucifer, the eldest sister, beg my younger sisters to save me. Come on, let's hear it. If you let us hear that, we'll save you, okay? Everyone? You bitch. The 7 sisters of purgatory unanimously closed in on their worthless sister, abusing her. Even Cannon, who had been fighting for his wife until a second ago, couldn't bear to look at it. As if I could say something like that. Quickly now. Clearly, we won't make any progress here with you alone. Hurry up, let the 7 sisters strike Cannon. Boo-coo-coo-coo. My, what is the matter, Lucifer? This is an order from a lady, is it not? How cruel. It said Shannon, but it showed Cannon.
Yep.
After grinding her teeth over and over after hearing her sister's curses, Lucifer trembled all over and answered her sister's request.
Wow.
I, the foolish, weak, ugly, wah, and shameful, Lucifer, the eldest sister, beg, wah, wah.
Jesus Christ.
The girl known as Pride was finally unable to endure the words she was saying and broke down crying. However, the 6 younger sisters kept giggling cold-heartedly. Wait a sec. Don't try to trick us by crying. You haven't finished saying it. That should be enough. Come, sisters, let us display our power. I won't be satisfied till I hear the whole thing, okay? Come on, Onisama, keep going. That's enough. Come on, this shame affects us all. We won't let them leave here alive. Well, that music is going crazy. Okay, how should we play with this pitiful furniture? Any wonderful plans? Yes. Beelzy thinks the 7 of us should get along and split Cannon up between us.
Oh no.
Good idea. That way all of the sisters can get along. Then I'll take the head. I'll leave the limbs and guts to you all. No. I get the head. There's no way that promise will mean anything, right? First one there wins. Hee. Cannon, if you've got any ideas for how we should kill you, just tell us, okay? The 7 sisters will kill you in an awesome way. Damn. Arrgh! You've shamed me so deeply, slicing you into 8 pieces won't be enough. I'll slice you into 100 pieces. Here we go, everyone! Oh, fuck.
Jesus. That was the same voice, it's fine.
Yes! Ore-sama! Kya-ha-ha-ha-ha-ha! The 7 of them burst at once. They had no intention of playing or boasting. This time they will genuinely follow their master's order. Take Kennen down, swiftly. The 7 sisters jumped around the room faster than the eye could see, examining how they could best kill Kennen. They tortured Kennen with their cruel giggles, sometimes making a close pass at him. They kept scraping his arms, shoulders, and cheeks, gradually carving red letters into his body. At that moment, Shannon dashed up behind him, holding on to him so that she blocked the way to his body at least a little.
Shield up, weapons online.
Fucking... At the same time, a red cylinder wrapped around the two of them like a beam of light sent from heaven. That cylinder repelled the evil ones who tormented Kennen. What? You're mean. This has nothing to do with you. Ah, I see. You must want to play with us. Kya, then I'll take it. All mine. Beatrice, can we take Shannon as our prey? I don't mind. Do as you like. It seems Kennen alone won't be enough to satisfy your gluttony. You have our deepest gratitude. Come on, I'll make you regret coming out uninvited. I'll turn you into scraps of meat so unrecognizable, you won't be able to tell which is which. Mix you and mince you into hamburgers. Idiot, breaking that barrier should come first, right? Don't let your gluttony get in the way of your job. Yes, One-sama. And then they all attack.
Whoa.
As a horribly natural first action, the 7 sisters began to destroy the barrier Shannon had created. Shannon's barrier certainly was strong. It was powerful enough to impress even Beatrice. With its strength, frail furniture would turn to dust just by touching it, and it was firm like a tree with deep roots. But no matter how big a tree gets, it will eventually surrender to a saw or a hatchet. For the 7 sisters, chopping down Shannon's barrier would be annoying but not impossible. Do it.
Just fucking end it already.
Oh. A sound like beetles jumping about grew even fiercer and filled the room. The wet barrier began to be cut up and eroded away as though with a hatchet, a saw, no, a chainsaw by now.
Jeez, man.
How foolish. Even though you must know that your barrier can't fully protect you from these girls. Why? Because I couldn't overlook it. A Shannon-covered cannon who was already at his limit sprawled on the floor. She spoke back resolutely. If you hadn't barged in uninvited, I would have given you a death-like sleep. Why have you gone to all the trouble of exposing yourself before the 7 sisters? Not all deaths are the same. A cruel death will cause you far more anguish than merely dying. Ha 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 ha! Go ahead, do as you like. Just as you always do what you want, I did what I wanted. At any rate, you're not quite amusing at the present moment. Romance is most interesting when you're wondering whether it will succeed or not. Once it does succeed, a woman is like salmon who has finished laying its eggs. I've already tired of you. Thank you. No words from a witch would make me happier. Then, at least in the end, let me see you die in a truly entertaining manner. 7 sisters, can you hear me? Kill Shannon in a way that shows me the limits of brutality. Shannon.
My apologies. In the end, I wasn't able to reach your level, Genji. You're an idiot, Nasan. If you just let me be, then you might not have had to meet a horrible end. No, it's fine. I received a ring from George and lived as a woman. I have protected you and lived as a sister. With this, my life is complete with no regrets. Yeah, you're pissing me off. That philosophical take really is irritating. Like I said, you're furniture. You don't even smell like a human. Look at me. I am a human. Don't spout off philosophical crap like you're more complete than I am, you furniture. How ugly. Are those regrets what you truly are? They aren't regrets. This is called living. What's this about not minding if you died just because you were given a ring? Ah, I can't understand it. It's incomprehensible, disappointing, outrageous, stunning, and it's all useless.
Balor's rubbing off on her.
Milady, perhaps you're acting a tad undignified. Shut up, furniture.
Shannon, do you think I'll let you die so easily? Now's the time to bite your tongue.
How pitiful. If you can see yourself reflected in my eyes, then shudder at your own ugliness. Fear not. Once I've crushed you, you'll be much more ugly even while you still live. At that time, Genji softly entered the wet barrier. Perhaps that barrier didn't block those without ill intent. Then Genji gently held her from behind and covered her eyes with his white hand. Genji?
You've already done enough. Go to sleep before me.
Yes. Thank you very much, Genji.
Indeed.
After that, Genji softly pressed his left hand near her collarbone. As he did, emanating from that area, a crimson stain gently spread out.
Genji killed her. Probably with like a knife.
Well, Beatrice was going to kill her in a horrible way.
Yeah.
When Genji removed his hand, bright red fresh blood oozed out of there. It only happened for the first instant, and it was shaped like a crimson rose.
That doesn't look like a rose.
Well, it looks like a rose. Not a rose, but a rose. And when he removed his white hand covering her face, there was a peaceful expression there, as though she was sleeping. Then she fell softly, silently, and swept. With a bloom. Her soul had already been sent to a world where the malicious witch and her furniture could not reach her no matter how evilly they tortured her. This scene left Beatrice and the seven sisters stunned. Only one of they wore a mysterious smile. Then Genji leaned over Kanon, who was crouching on the floor.
You did well. You should sleep now too.
Yes. Thank you very much, Genji. Just as he had done with Shannon, he softly covered Kanon's eyes with his hand, then gently pressed the area around Kanon's collarbone with his other hand. And when his hand was removed with the lightness of a feather, there was a crimson rose there. But that rose shape quickly turned into a stain of bright red blood pouring out. What is that? What a boring person. Even though it's so fun to poke the balloon of life with a needle so that it forcefully explodes. Spectacular, Genji. You truly are furniture.
Thank you very much. Well then, Beatrice, Ronove, with this as my final task, allow me to rest.
Damn you, snatching away my fun. Why don't I take all the thrashing and mashing I wanted to do to them and give it to you instead? Beatrice faced him with an unsatisfied expression, but Wonove spoke quietly to Genji with a soothing smile. You have worked hard. You are my greatest servant. As a final gift, I shall bestow upon you a peaceful sleep fitting for all the labors you have performed. What? Wait, it's not your place to... When Wonove snapped his fingers, Genji swamped to the floor like a puppet with its wings cut. Suddenly and yet gently, he crumpled, falling into a sleep that no witch could call him back from. It was as filled with kindness as the sweep he had given Shannon and Cannon. What was that, Ronove? What a boring anticlimax. Are you not a mighty great witch, milady? What happened here is hardly worthy of your concern. It isn't like you to let the provocation of someone like Shannon get to you. What was it that had Beatrice so irritated? Was she still unable to remove the thorn of Shannon's words? Wonove laughed lightly, as though lamenting the complexity of humanity in a woman's heart, and ordered the 7 sisters to go. After all, there were still 2 sacrifices left for the first twilight. The 7 sisters disappeared in ecstasy.
Ecstasy? That was a long one. That felt long.
It wasn't that long. It was just because the fight went on for so damn long.
Yeah.
And the fight that ended in nothing. Well, it ended with them dying. But the whole build up with all the 7 stakes and everything, like, oh, they're all fighting, none of that mattered. But oh well.
Gives you a little bit of idea about what Ronove's all about, though.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, that was...
We're starting on Goda next.
Huh? Yeah, starting on Goda next.
It might have also felt longer for you because you didn't have, like, any lines after Kinzo died, and he only said, like, 2 things. I didn't have any lines,
and also, your computer's slow, and so I was, like, waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's over now.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
I ordered another computer, but it's already at my parents' place, but it's not in Seaforth, so we have to wait until like Christmas.
Yeah.
And I'll keep using this old computer, so that kind of sucks. But whatever.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Well, thanks for watching this episode of Umineko. Next episode, I'm going to solve the epitaph.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. You forgot about that? I didn't. I never forgot about solving the epitaph.
In the next episode, I'm going to tell Mike what the epitaph is before he can solve it on his own.
No.
Oh.
Good. Do not. I'm gonna solve it on my own, with my own strength. Alright. See you later, boys and girls.
Goodbye.